guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. It's Courtney Lynn and welcome back for another deep cleaning video. Today I've got my to-do list and I'm once again here in my kitchen. I'm trying to finish this to-do list today. In my previous video, I got a ton of this stuff done and today is the day to wrap it all up. So here I'm using this little dry erase paper sleeve that I got from Target, and as you can see, I can just write with dry erase markers right on top, and that gives me the ability to reuse my to-do list over and over. So to start us off today, I'm going to be beginning a DIY project before I jump into the cleaning. And we have had these orange and brown canisters up in our kitchen for literally years. And when we repainted our house to the gray tones, because it used to be brown walls, but now it's gray, we felt like these definitely needed a facelift and that the orange needed to disappear. So I went ahead and cleaned these bases up, and I'm going to be taping off the tops because I do not want to paint what is already there for the tops of the canisters, but I'm definitely going to be painting that orange to white. We're going to give it more of a cleaner look and see how it turns out. Let me know what you guys think of this DIY project. I'm using a plastic bag to do most of the covering because I figured that would be the easiest way to cover up the tops of these canisters rather than putting tape over the entire tops. I just took a bag and taped it on the majority of the top. Like I said earlier, I had this big to-do list that I was wanting to get done, and it took me probably about 4 days to get everything on this to-do list done because it was just a ton of cleaning. And I will go over the to-do list here in just a few minutes in great detail of what I need to get done and what I already have gotten done. But if you guys are cleaning along with me today, just go ahead and get that to-do list written out and try to tackle as much as possible today, and do not feel bad if you don't get everything on it done in one day, because sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming and it will take multiple days. Alright, I moved these outside and I'm going to spray paint them upside down with just some white spray paint, not really anything fancy, just going to give these a little bit of a facelift and see how they turn out. As soon as I was done spray painting these canisters, I went ahead and flipped them over and removed all of the tape and the plastic bag because I've done spray painting projects before and I've left the tape on until it's dried, and that usually results in peeling off the paint once you pull that tape off. So I always try to pull off the tape while the paint is still wet. Really loved how these canisters turned out. It actually turned out better than I imagined in my head. And so I'm going to leave these out to dry for a couple hours while I go back in the house and get started on some deep cleaning. First things first, today I'm starting in this little nook area in our kitchen. This is our coffee bar, and I'm just moving everything off of it so that I can get it out of the way because I need to get these windows and blinds cleaned behind this coffee bar. This is probably one of my least favorite jobs to have to do in the house, is cleaning blinds, because I'm going through and I'm wiping down every single slat individually, and I've talked about this before, it not being my favorite because you have to literally clean every single slat, dry it off, and then you have to flip the blinds around and do it all over again. It's the most time-consuming job, but it's definitely worth it to do at least once or twice a year. So I want to go revisit my to-do list real quick and talk about that a little bit with you guys. For those of you who are here looking for cleaning inspiration, motivation, this should give you some ideas of what I have gotten done and what I am planning to do here in the kitchen. My goal was to get this place cleaned from top to bottom, and I'm well on my way to that. So for my kitchen deep cleaning, my spring cleaning list, this is what I have: to remove all of the spider webs and clean the tops of the cabinets, which I did in my last video, which is kind of like a part 1 to this video, which I will link below so you guys can check that out after this. They're not specifically in an order, but they do correlate together. The other things that I have done already is I cleaned out the fridge, which was a huge job, and that is another video that I will link down below, which is part of this kitchen motivation series. The second thing that I've already done is organize the pantry, which is another video as well that I will link below, part of this kitchen motivation series. And then in my last video, I wiped down the oven, scrubbed the oven from top to bottom, put in a new oven liner, and I also scrubbed the microwave. I cleaned all of the inside of the cabinets, which is a major spring cleaning thing. Took everything out of the cabinets already and wiped them down. You will find all of that cleaning, organization, decluttering inspiration in my last video linked below. And the other thing that I had already done was cleaned out the inside and the outside of the trash can, took the lid off, scrubbed it out. If you guys saw that last video, you will know that that video is jam-packed full of cleaning motivation. So for today's video, I wanted to get the blinds dusted, which I just finished, and wash the window, which I also just finished. And right now I'm making some Lysol concentrate to use as my multi-surface cleaner for today. And then on the list, what else needs to get done today is I wanted to get the baseboards scrubbed down, the walls needed to be scrubbed down, and the 2 doors here in the kitchen needed a good cleaning. The floors needed to be swept and the floors needed to be mopped. Also, the rugs needed to be vacuumed and mopped as well. This coffee bar area I wanted scrubbed inside and out. The bar stools were getting in really bad shape and I wanted those wiped down. The sink needed a very good scrubbing. I also wanted to clean out the garbage disposal, so that was part of that. The stovetop also needed to be scrubbed really, really good because it gets wiped down all the time, but it needed a really good scrubbing. So these are just some deeper cleaning things that don't get done on a normal basis that need to be done every once in a while. So a ton of cleaning has been already taken place in this kitchen and a ton more is going to be done today, and I'm so excited that you guys are here for it. If you're just watching today because you like to watch satisfying cleaning videos, thanks so much for being here today. I hope that it moves quickly enough for you that you can enjoy watching this video. And if you're cleaning along with me today and you've got a to-do list, or maybe you're just getting things done around the house on your daily normal household list or household chores, I hope that you get everything accomplished today and that we can have a great time just hanging out and being together, and that you will find things today that you can incorporate in your cleaning and that we can become great friends here. And you can do that by subscribing to my channel so that we can stay connected for future videos. I know I have been talking your guys' leg off so far in this video, but right now I was just cleaning the baseboards and then I'm just kind of hand mopping the floor where the coffee bar sits. That way I can move it back into its spot and then I don't have to worry about mopping underneath the coffee bar later because it's already done. So now I'm just getting our little coffee bar set back up, and we are not coffee snobs like whatsoever. We don't do much more than just make a pot of coffee, so we kind of use this little bar area also for our flavored syrups because we use these for our sweet tea. I love adding these little syrups, mixing it up every once in a while, and just gives a nice little flavor to your tea. Alright, next thing on the list is the stovetop, and I wanted to do a deep cleaning on this, so I'm also going to be lifting up the edges once I'm finished and cleaning underneath the edges close to the counter. But first I'm going to use this Barkeeper's Friend in the spray bottle, and for those of you who have used Barkeeper's Friend before, you'll know that it is very much a liquidy type cleaner, so to use it in the spray bottle is very convenient. I'm just using a little scrubber pad, and I do have gloves on because the Barkeeper's Friend is harsher chemicals and sometimes it can make my nails brittle, so I like to use gloves for this. So you can see right here, I just lifted up the stovetop and I'm getting all of the crumbs that have slid under there. To finish up the stovetop, I always like to spray some spray-away glass cleaner and use a clean microfiber cloth because the spray-away glass cleaner helps to really make that stovetop shine, takes away all streaks, and it's just like the finishing touch. Next thing on my list, I wanted to scrub the sink with some Barkeeper's Friend, just what I used on the stovetop. First, I had to empty out the sink, so I threw those in the dishwasher. And now I'm just going to be cleaning the items that are already in the sink, which is this little caddy that I have for drying, and the little glass dish that I have for soaps, and then the little holder for our sponges. I'm gonna get those cleaned up because it's been a while that they've been scrubbed down. Just before I started to scrub the sink, I realized that the toaster needed to be cleaned out, and I thought I might as well do that now before I started scrubbing the sink and then make a bigger mess later. So the method that I'm using today to do a deep clean on our sink is I'm just using some Barkeeper's Friend, just like what I used on the stovetop. This is in the regular Barkeeper's Friend bottle, so it's more of the liquidy stuff. It does not have the spray bottle top. And then I'm just going to be taking a little scrubber pad and scrubbing this all in and letting it sit for a few minutes, and then rinsing it off and drying down the sink. Clean the faucet, I went ahead and used a paper towel with some Barkeeper's Friend because I didn't want to use the scrubber pad on it because I felt like it would scratch up the faucet, so I'm just using a paper towel to rub that on there and let it sit for a minute. I went ahead and threw away the old scrubber pads that were in here and replaced them with brand new ones. And now I'm going to clean the garbage disposal with these little packs. You just simply take the pack out of the little bag, you throw it right into the garbage disposal, and you turn it on and let that warm water run with it. And that is literally it. Just rinse it out and you're done. Moving on to the next thing, I wanted to get all of the countertops cleaned off, and what I'm doing today, rather than just wiping them down, I am disinfecting them first with some Lysol concentrate spray, wiping them down, and then I'm going to go back through with some granite cleaner and a microfiber cloth, and this will help shine up the granite, and it's really good for the granite itself. Although I had already cleaned the trash can, I wanted to clean this area where the trash can sits because it can get very easily dirty, so I wanted to disinfect this area. Moving on to these bar stools, as you can see, they were so dusty and there's tons of little crevices and places that dust can settle, so they take me a little bit of time to wipe down every little spot, but it's worth it because they look like brand new when you're finished. moving on back into the kitchen, I'm using some spray waste stainless steel cleaner and polish here on the dishwasher, and I'm also going to use it on the refrigerator, and I'm going to do a really quick job on the refrigerator because I had just cleaned it like the day before, so I just wanted to kind of shine up these handles and make sure that it was looking the best. Next thing on my list was to wipe down each of the doors, the door frames, any of the wall area that gets touched, and also the baseboards. So I'm just taking some concentrate cleaner and wiping it down with a microfiber cloth, and these doors were so dusty. It was unbelievable. The last two things on my list were to sweep and mop and then vacuum the rugs, so I'm going to be doing that now. I usually just vacuum the kitchen floor and call that good before I mop, but today I just went ahead and used the broom because I felt like I could get into a few little areas better than with a vacuum. Bringing out the Old Faithful today, the O-Cedar Spin Mop, getting some hot water in there, adding in some Lysol concentrate, or you can use Pine Sol as well. I love that scent, but this is a really, really good, almost like a fruity Lysol concentrate smell. I love it. Went ahead and mopped the rugs too while I was at it, and then once the floor was dried, I started to put everything back and get the kitchen back in shape. right, time to bring my DIY projects in from drying, and I love the way that these vases turned out, these canisters. So I'm going to be placing them on the top of our kitchen cabinets around our family photo. There's literally no better feeling than marking everything off of your to-do list. It is such a satisfying moment. This took me about 4 days to get everything on this list cleaned and done, and it was so amazing to have it all finished. The kitchen felt like a brand new room. Every area, every square inch of the kitchen was done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kitchen motivation series. If you missed any of the 3 prior videos, I'll be sure to link them down below. The refrigerator clean, the pantry organization, and the all-day kitchen cleaning motivation, and then finally this was the last video of this kitchen series. Thanks again for watching, guys. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. See you next time.